Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, the worst case of the flu in quite a few years has struck the good old-fashioned United States of America, and chances are someone that you know may have gotten this version of the flu, and I want to show you some information on this report that I think is very critical for everyone to know, especially considering the fact that WAPA, the Washington Post, is actually admitting that is the case. Well, check out this first report from Michael Schneider, and he's actually running for Congress there in Idaho, so make sure you follow him and check out his stuff. But this is from the Economic Collapse blog, and the report is titled, "More than 100 are dead as the worst flu epidemic in years sweeps across the United States of America." Now, he goes on to detail that it has been reported that if we stay on the current pace that we are on, then this can truly be the worst flu in more than 50 years. As you will see below, the CDC is reporting widespread flu activity from coast to coast, and the death toll has already crossed over 100. Here in the US, flu season usually begins in October and ends in May, so we've got some time left until it is over. Now, it further details what the CDC had to say about it, and I quote, this is what Dr. Dan Geringen, the director of the CDC at the influenza branch, had to say. He says, "Flu is everywhere in the United States right now. This is the first year we've had the entire continental US at the same level of flu activity at the same time. It has been an early flu season that seems to be peaking now," he said, with a 5.8 increase in laboratory confirmed cases this week over last week. So interesting. Now, here's the report even on the Washington Post, who was actually forced to admit it as well. And this is titled 5 Things You Should Know About This Year's Very Bad Flu Epidemic, which they go on to state that all, or at least 46 states here in America have had cases. And not only that, but 106 people have died. Now, what are the 5 things that they are telling you should know about this flu? Well, they're interesting. The first one there is it's the worst flu in recent years. The second, the flu vaccine, which I've warned against vaccines, is likely to be less effective than previous versions. Okay, wait till you hear number 3, because this one, first of all, they tell you it's not really working and it's less effective. And then their third point is this: you should get the flu shot anyway. Forget the fact that the freaking flu doesn't work, the shot doesn't work, but go ahead and get it anyway. Why do they want to get it anyway? Well, because they're bought and sold off by big pharma. And so if they cap on the vaccines, then hey, WAPA loses money out of their pocket. This is why this is a huge thing. Not only that, but keep in mind, it's part of the depopulation agenda. I've discussed this multiple times. Now, I'm kind of sitting on a tangent here. But the fourth thing is take basic precautions that can spare you and your family from days in bed. And 5, don't mistake it for a common cold. Thank you, WAPA. So let's get a vaccine shot that doesn't work, and let's not mistake the flu for a cold. Such great advice. Okay, moving on. Now, here's something else that I wanted to point out in addition to the flu epidemic. Over in California, they're actually running low on supplies. Tamiflu, to be specific. Check out this report. This is on shtfplan.com. Flu outbreak, medicine shortages, and a rising death toll in California. Now, again, that just goes on to detail that they are having shortages in their supplies, and the Tamiflu specifically for those who do have the flu. Now, I live in Arizona, and it hit here pretty bad at the end of December. I know pretty much my whole cheerleading squad that my daughter's on, they all had a version of the flu. So lots of that activity, and people have been hospitalized before it here in my area, but it does seem to be a lot more uptick than prior years. This is one reason I partner with GetTheT.com. Not a sales pitch, but he's got some great stuff. The Alley C specifically helps prevent or helps your immune system get boosted, along with the tea. Make sure you're detoxing on a regular basis as well. But anyhow, that's a side fact from what I had to talk about. But just keep yourself healthy, keep yourself exercised. Those are the best things. And obviously it's not a crazy epidemic where people are dying left and right. 100 people is not necessarily a big number to worry about. So there's no reason to panic about this flu. It's just a good heads up. This is where we're at, and this is what is going on with the flu in particular. But again, no need to panic whatsoever. But interesting report. And I wanted to share with you all the details, what the CDC was saying, so you know what is going down and you can take extra precautions for your health. Anyhow, don't forget to check out my partner at virtualshield.com/Lisa Haven. They've got amazing VPN, virtual private network, in which will scramble your IP address because it's nobody's business what you're Googling. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.